Okay, so section 1.7, properties of the expressions. Okay, so it's pretty much, the properties what we cover in this section are mostly in this table. Okay, so at first, let's go over this table at first, then we will be able to work on the questions. Okay, so now let's look at what are the properties given in this section. Okay, I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this table for us, line by line. Okay, addition, multiplication, commutative, property, blah blah blah, line by line. Ronald, your turn.
The commutative properties: addition 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2, multiplication 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. Associative property, in parentheses 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 1 plus 2 plus 3. Multiplication 1 times 2 times 3 equals 1 times 2 times 3. Identity properties: 3 plus 0 equals 3, and 3 times 1 equals 3. Inverse property: 3 plus negative 3 equals 0, and 3 times 1/3 equals 1. Distributive: nothing, and then multiplication: 3 times x plus 6 equals 3 times x plus 3 times x equals 3x plus 18.
Okay, so 3x plus 3 times 6 equals 3x plus 18. Very good, thanks. Okay, so these properties, okay, you might forget about them, but that's okay, we're going to review. Okay, so you see, we'll only talk about what? Addition and multiplications are having these properties. Okay, so we're going to study about any of these properties for subtraction or division? No. Okay, in the next question we'll talk about why we're not having these properties for subtraction or division. I'll show you examples. Okay, so these properties, they are for what? Addition and multiplication only. Okay, so we know commutative property tells us if we have a sum, okay, of 2 and 3, say for example, and we interchange the position of 2 and 3, we have a 3 plus 2. How about the sums, 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 2? Are they the same? Yes. Okay, so addition satisfies commutative property. How about multiplication? 2 times 3, 3 times 2, are they the same? Yes. Okay, so both addition and multiplication satisfy the commutative property. Okay, and what is associative property? If we're adding the first two numbers at first, then we add up the third one. It will equals if we add up the last two at first and then add the first one. So they are the same. Okay, yeah, the same. Multiplication, same thing. Multiply the first two, then the third one. Or multiply the last two, then the first one. Same. Okay, yeah, they have this product have the same result. Okay, that's called associative property. Okay, how about identity property? 3 plus 0 equals what? It itself 3. Okay, and for multiplication we're not using 0, we're using what? 1. Okay, so 3 times 1 equals what? 3. So what are the identity for multiplication? What is the identity for multiplication? 0. What is the identity for the multiplication? 1. Okay, so it's not 3 plus 1 equals 3, it's plus 0 equals 3. This is not 3 times 0, it's 3 multiplied by 1 give us 3. So for addition, identity is what? 0. Okay, for multiplication, identity is what? Is 1. Right? So this is identity property. Okay, how about inverse property? We know the identity for addition is 0. So 3 plus what equals the identity 0? It's what? Additive what? Inverse. Remember, the negative 3 is called the additive what? Additive what? Inverse. Okay, so that's why we call it inverse property. Okay, 3 plus negative 3 give us 0. Okay, why 0? Because 0 is the identity for addition. Okay, we know for multiplication, identity is what? Is 1. So 3 times what equals 1? 1/3 equals 1. And 1/3 is called what? The multiplicative what? Inverse of 3, right? 1/3 is called multiplicative inverse of 3. We also can give it a name. What is 1/3 of 3? Reciprocal, right? Reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. Okay? Yeah, so additive, okay, additive, yeah, this may not be the correct pronunciation, yeah, spelling, okay, additive inverse. We also can call it what? The opposite, okay? For addition, we call opposite of the number. What is the opposite of number 3? -3. What is reciprocal of number 3? 1/3. They are different. Guys, do you see the difference for addition and multiplication? Okay. All right. Then the last property involves both addition and multiplication. See, 3 multiplied by x plus 6. Okay, multiplication, addition. So what do? Distribute the 3 to each term inside of the parentheses. Give us 3 times x plus 3 times 6. And then we have 3x plus 18. You guys, everybody, I want you to remember what is commutative property. Commutative means what? Just 2 numbers. Switch order. Either addition, multiplication, okay, we'll have the same results. Associated property involving what? 3 terms, okay, or 3 numbers, okay, addition, multiplication, okay. Identity property is, for addition is +0, okay, any number +0 is itself. For multiplication, identity property is what? Any number times 1 equals itself, okay. How about inverse property? This number plus its opposite give us 0. This number times by its reciprocal give us what? 1. Okay? Distributive property is this. You guys? Okay. You might need more time to digest after class as well. Okay? Review. Okay? Alright. Our next question. Why don't we show these properties for subtraction or division? How about let's use commutative property for subtraction. 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2. Do they equal each other or not? This is subtraction. Assume commutative property works. Like we can interchange the position of these two. Is 2 minus 3 equals what? -1. How about 3 minus 2? See? They don't satisfy commutative property, right? You can use examples to show, to prove associative property does not work for what? Subtraction either. Okay? And then so on, okay? And how about division? Does 2/3 equal 3/2? Yes or no? No, okay? So that's why these properties only works for what? Addition and what? Multiplication. You guys see what's good? Okay. Alright, so I think that the key idea for this section is this table, but I'm going to practice enough, okay? Yeah. Alright. The first example is to decide whether each statement is an example of commutative or associative or identity or inverse or distributive property, okay? And let us determine what property for each question we're using, okay? Now let's check this one by one, okay? Every single question, okay, quickly. 3 plus -7 equals -7 plus 4. Which property are we using for this equation? Which property?
Associative.
Really? Associative property will have 3 numbers, right, involved. This question is just 2 numbers involved, interchange position. What property? Commutative property, right? So, answer is commutative property. Now how about this one? 2/3 times by 3/2 equals 1. Why inverse? Because 3/2 can be written by what? the reciprocal of 2/3, right? So that's why we are going to have here, right? A pair of reciprocals multiplied by each other give us 1, so it is what? Inverse property, okay, inverse, okay? That's why I'm going to have it here, inverse. Okay. Now the next question C. What property for this question? What? Associate, right? It's associated. See? Add up these two numbers and then by the first one equals the first two numbers, and then so this is associate property, right? All right. Question D, E, and F. Question D, what property? Check it. Number plus by, yeah, it's opposite number for addition, right? So inverse. -5 times by C plus D equals -5C minus 5D, right? Or plus negative, D. What property? Involving both multiplication and addition.
Distributive property.
Yes, distributive property. What is this one? Addition. Careful. Associate. Let's check this number. -5 plus 7. Okay, if we are going to use associate, guys, the first two numbers are -5 and then, and the second number is 7. By using associative property, we're going to keep the first number and add up the last two, right? But is this the same as this? See, if we assume this is associate. We should have -5 plus 7 plus 10. This is the first two numbers, okay? It should equal what? The last two, okay, add up and then add the first one. But is this the same as this? It is not. However, this is tricky, okay? This is a tricky question. -5 plus 7 plus 10 equals 10 plus -5 plus 7. Consider -5 plus 7 is a whole thing. What property are we using for this question? A plus B equals B plus A. What is it? Commutative property. Do you see that, guys? This is not associate. Even if it looks like it has three numbers, but it's not associate, okay? It is what? Commutative. Commutative. You guys agree with this, right? Why commutative? 95 plus 7 is a whole thing, plus 10 equals 10 plus this whole thing, right? It's commutative, okay? Alright, the last two questions. Question D. For multiplication, what is this? Commutative, right? How about this? Identity, right? Yeah, good. Alright, so these are, this page, okay? Now let's turn to this page. The next page, okay? Alright. Exam 2. Write a new expression that is equals to the expression giving the property, then simplify. Okay, so let's try, okay? Some of them. J minus 15 by using commutative property. How should we rewrite this? J minus 15. J minus 15 can be written by what? J plus negative 15, right? Commutative property, we have to interchange the position, right? So it gives us what? You guys agree with this? You guys? Write a new expression. What is a new expression for us? Negative 15 plus J. right? This is the new expression, okay? All right, so this one, I'll just write a new expression. By using commutative property, how do we rewrite this? What? Commutative property means when you interchange position of this, right? So W plus -3 or -3, right? New expression, okay? And we'll talk about new expression. By using identity property, A plus 0 equals what? A plus 0 equals 0.
No, not that, no.
A, right? So y times 1 by identity property give us what? Y, yes. Associate property for this, what should we do? Keep the first C does not change, and plus what? -7 by 2, right? Yeah, associate property is, if we're adding the first two, then the next time we're adding the last two. What are the last two? -7 and 2, okay? And keep the first one. Associate property. One, two, three. So the new expression should equals what? The first two and up, then by next the third one, right? You guys, so far so good? -9 plus 1, then plus 8. Okay? Alright, so third question, use distributor to rewrite the expression, simplify if possible. Okay, so let's try question B. Question E. Okay, and I would say question F and G. Okay? Question B. Use distributive property to see you simplify this expression. How? What do you do? Use -4 to multiply each term inside of the parentheses. So what is -4 times 6x? -24x. Careful here. -4 times by -3x, 3y. -4 times by -3y. Positive 12y, right? 94 times by z, right? Alright, number E. What is negative of parentheses 5x minus 3? How can we use distributive property? Yeah, the negative sign, we can consider it as -1, right? So, if -1 times by positive 5x, it gives us what? Yes. -1 times by -3 give us what? Positive 3. Yay! You got it. For this one, 3 times y plus 3 times z. How do we rewrite it? By using distributive property.
3y.
3 parentheses what? Y plus z, right? The last question, -2 times 7 plus -2 times 3. Now using distributive property, -2, common factor, right? Pull the -2 out, add 7 by what? 3, right? And then it gives us negative 2 times by, what is 7 plus 3? 10. And negative 2 times 10 gives us negative what?
Negative 20.
20.